Good morning, everybody. TJ, good morning. You're first. Let me get rid of the damn emojis. I'm crazy. Hey, Joe. Good morning.
Football.
How's it going?
Well, I woke up. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a start, right?
Although I woke up too many times.
Sunstar. TJ was first, followed by Sunstar. Good morning, everybody.
It doesn't count, TJ, unless you're on the panel first.
TJ. He cracks me up.
So I've been on the phone with Jonathan and everything over this morning.
Really?
Yeah, he called me. Oh.
What do you want? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It takes too long to publish. Just left me hanging. Just Paul went to let the dog. Who let the dogs out? Paul. 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 Probably outside picking up. Let's see. It's outside pitching peanuts, letting the dog out, and picking up sticks, branches off the tree. Anthony Alexander TJ Madu.
So
What's up,
he went to go. He
TJ?
went to go let me. He went to go let me out.
Yeah. I'm just
Uh,
telling you, TJ. I watched that video again yesterday. You scared me to death.
oh, for real?
Yeah, that little girl that was on the
I
swing.
took my time. I took my time doing it. That's why I flew in manual mode, or not manual, but normal. I didn't put it in sport mode or anything like that. Like I just did it in normal mode because there were some pretty tight spots and I didn't want to crash or anything.
Yeah, you actually looked like you were nervous doing it.
No, I was fine. I wasn't like hesitating at all, but like it was just really tight in there. So I was, just kind of taking my time, and especially as going through the little mini castle there, the little like castle looking thing,
Yeah.
like going through the windows and stuff.
Yeah, you bumped one of them.
Yeah, I did a little bump in there.
Yeah, you did a dance, a little bumping dance.
There was another playground that we went to yesterday that was similar to the one that I was at the other day. And I flew around in the parking lot and I was trying to go like I wanted to fly inside the playground, but the park ranger came like, "Oh, you can't fly in here because there's an airport next to the playground." I was like, "Oh."
Oh,
I told her, I really wasn't, I didn't know that there was a airport around there, or just like
I would have
kind of
told
knew.
him. I would have said, "I'm gonna be 4 feet off the ground. If a plane's 4 feet off the ground right here, we got a bigger problem."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dang it. I should go back there and just and say that. We should be 4 feet off the ground. If there's an airplane 4 feet off the ground, then we got a bigger problem.
Especially if you can get approval like for 50 feet there. I'd put the approval in. I'd say, "See this piece, baby?" It says I can't.
Yeah. See this? This says I can, and
I
I'm a
flew
recreational
that.
pilot.
Yeah, that real estate thing I did in Kenner, Louisiana, is only about 4 miles from the airport, and it's only about maybe a mile from the approach. And I had
Yeah.
150
What's up,
feet.
Michael?
They gave me
Warren?
150 feet. Phuket. I had 150 foot level, but I make sure
Yeah.
when I go to do something that close, I keep it with me.
Yeah. And like on the other side of the playground, there were a couple of baseball fields, so I flew above the baseball fields and stuff, and then I came down and flew around in
Okay,
the
so let me
parking
ask you a
lot.
question. Other side of the playground, the same one she told you couldn't fly by?
Well, that was before she got there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't hit any planes, did you?
No, I didn't hit nobody. No.
I'm saying there was no planes at 4 feet.
Dang it. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
You know, sometimes somebody gets a little rope and they want to be a cowboy. You know.
Yeah.
TJ wants to be a cowboy. All right, hey.
Well, there we go. That didn't take long. So let's see. You brought Mia out, right?
That was pretty good.
You
I
brought
had,
Mia
to
out.
put the, I had to put the magnetic screen up around and
You pitched some peanuts.
yep. There's some out there still. I haven't thrown any more.
Yeah, I was saying. I said, "Where's Paul?" I said, he put me out, pitched some peanuts, and picked up the branches in his yard.
The
I don't know how to post links from my phone, Warren, but just go to my channel and you can see it there. I don't know how to do links from my phone. So Jody, are they doing some work on the bridge here?
yeah,
Oh,
they're always doing something.
oh,
Spending tax dollars.
tax dollars at work.
Yeah, there's no spending tax dollars, nothing at work.
uh,
Well, this is your daily reminder, TJ. What is it you're supposed to do today?
Yeah.
Go to the costume store.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't have to be into work till 3, so I got plenty of time.
Want me to write it on your forehead?
All you gotta do, just write an M, put an M up there. Hey, you don't have to go. You make it easier. Dye your hair red and put an M on your forehead.
Oh yeah, that too.
That'll work.
Yeah, the wife's lipstick would work.
Yeah, Warren, we're all pretty lazy sometimes and don't want to do things, but it's easy just to like, do your or just have a little click or whatever.
Tell your wife, say, baby darling, come over here, dye my hair red.
I think we have some hair dye somewhere around here, or paint. I don't know if paint will work.
It just put a lot of red food dye in it. It'll work.
Oh yeah.
So
I did a little bit of flying yesterday too. So I gotta post some videos.
So they had a parish jail where Johnny lives, Tangipahoa, where about a month ago 4 people broke out. They got 3 of them back, right? But they're coming out now saying that one of the guys that broke out of it a month ago, 2 months ago, had broke out. He broke out, went to Burger King, got him some food, and then came back. And when he came back, they didn't find him missing. They realized that he did break out, but they never even reported it because he came back. He went to Burger King to get us some food, right?
Yeah.
So now he let the other 4 people out the same way. And the sheriff of the place, they've relieved a whole bunch of guards that were working that day. They're now working other places. But he says, I don't understand why the public didn't hear about this. We didn't hear about this. They kept it to himself. He said, we went back and pulled the 911 videos, all the videos, and we saw him go out a certain way and then come back, about an hour later. That is crazy.
Michael must have been watching the video where I was where I had my red wig on my head and was like dancing around in my kitchen. He must have been watching one of my that video because he was like, "Oh my God, yesterday was a testing time. You're a top banana, Tej, but trying to troubleshoot a difficult tech issue with the discussion punctuated by several minutes of uncontrollable laughing was hard." So I'm assuming that's the video he was watching.
I don't know, Joe, maybe it's just me, but I don't know how you differentiate anything that TJ does without a laughing, It's like you can't say, go look at the one where there's laughing. It's like, what? They all got him laughing,
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, tune into TJ on his laughing channel. Yeah, what channel? What?
Does not take much.
That's funny.
Tune into TJ wherever he may be. There's laughing to be had.
There you go.
What do you mean TJ's laughing? Huh? What?
Breathe, TJ, breathe.
He's gasping for air. Here we go. Okay. You can see the veins on his forehead getting ready to pop. boom, boom, boom. It's like the 4th of July fireworks all over again.
We need to invite him to the. We needed to invite him to the State of the Union when Biden was talking, so he could start laughing like that.
That's funny.
You need to bring him over for Mardi Gras parade. Yeah.
No,
He'd be more popular than one of them blow up balloons. Here comes TJ.
but we don't have any blow up balloons at Mardi Gras, so that's a good thing.
Well, you could have a blow up TJ.
That's funny.
What you do, here's a picture I want you to put in your head.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold
you
on.
know those great big tall stilt walkers?
Yeah.
You have him have a thing like that, hook it to TJ to each of his arms. And it's like they're going down the street and the big stilt walker's like walking TJ. I can picture that, you know?
That's funny.
TJ be laughing so hard he fall off the sticks.
Did you tell the wife that you wanted to dye your hair red? I see her in the back. You gotta get Mario red hair. Yep.
What color dye you looking for? Mario red.
Mario red. Yep. Well, here's the question though, Joe. He doesn't dye the mustache, right? Just
No,
That's funny.
the mustache stays the same.
yeah, your signature mustache has to stay.
That's funny. Warren's asking if I've ever had a CAT scan. I hope nobody tries to make you laugh during one.
Yeah. Now stay really still.
Man, wait.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
And when the doctor looks at the CAT scan, all they can see is. They'll think that they had a CAT scan of an alien.
That's funny. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh. Well, I took my fluid pill this morning, so I'll be right back.
There you go.
That's funny.
Captain Joe's going to tinkle. The dogs have to let him outside.
The dogs have to let him outside. That's funny.
So how's everybody doing today? Good? I guess in your case, TJ, it's just good to be alive and breathing, you know?
Yeah.
Do you wake up in the morning? Time to get up, TJ. You know, what you got to do is you got to set your alarm clock for laugh me awake. I'm awake. Another day of fun and laughter. I wonder if you laugh in your sleep. Ask your wife. Do you laugh in your sleep? Wake up in the middle of the night laughing. Breathe, TJ, breathe. In with the air, out with the bad. In with the new, out with the bad.
You still laughing?
He's on a roll.
That's funny.
Because he was gonna he can't get to the point to tell me if he laughs in his sleep or not, you know? And if he laughs in his sleep, does he clap as well, you know?
Yeah.
And he's gonna market a new laughing alarm clock. At which time you want me to laugh you awake.
That's funny. That's some good stuff. Oh goodness. Oh, that was fun.
Let the good times roll.
I know. That's funny.
You've heard the phrase rolling thunder? It could be rolling laughter. What you do is you start getting into one of your laughing fits, and then every once in a while you say, just pass it on, and have somebody else have it.
Yeah, just pass it on. Sorry, the teachers laugh. Have I ever laughed in my sleep? Yeah, she said I have. She said I have laughed in my sleep.
Have you asked her if you've clapped in your sleep before?
Do I clap in my sleep too? Yeah, sometimes. That's funny.
Yeah, I can imagine on the TV they got a funeral going and TJ's sleeping.
That's funny. That's good. That's good stuff. That's funny. Don't be nervous. She's getting ready to go for an interview at a school, and she's nervous about it.
You don't say she. My wife, don't say
My
wifey,
wife.
don't be nervous.
Oh yeah, right, that too.
And you got to always say, yes, dear,
Yes,
you're going to be
dear.
just fine because I love you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that won't work. See, dear, you're gonna be just fine. I just know it because I have so much confidence in you.
Yes, you'll be just fine because I have confidence.
Confidence.
Just sing that song from The Sound of Music. I have confidence in sunshine.
Hey, I just found a remedy for me having to get up and go to the bathroom. I'll get me an external catheter and strap it to my leg. And I could just take my fluid pills and sit here all day.
Well, you know, those urinals they give you at the hospital. Last time I was in, I brought a couple home. I got one in the car. I got one here, one there.
But when I had my knee done, I had one I used to sit right here. I got a bunch of little trays that I could clip things on, and I clip it there. And when I had my knee replaced, instead of having to get up and run to the bathroom, I just use this, you know.
Yep.
I filled two of them up, and then I had to bring two of them in the back with the walker. And taking the fluid pills, I filled two of them up.
Wow.
When I'm taking them regular, I don't have as much fluid. But like I haven't been taking them regular, I will fill two of them up.
Don't be nervous. You'll be fine. Just sing the confident song.
Yeah, has he been behaving himself?
Yes, he has.
Oh, that's good. We've been working on him.
I know he has.
He's a work in progress.
That's funny.
You know, when you were a kid, did you ever think about playing the drums? Oh, yeah, that's right. You in high school, you were the cymbal player.
No, I wish I would have. I wish I did try out for the drum line, but I didn't make it. And then they had a tryout for a steel drum band, and I didn't make that either. So I'm stuck with playing the trumpet.
Well, you could have been a cheerleader.
Or on the color guard team.
Yeah.
Twirling the little freaking like
Yep.
the swords or the guns.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What do you think, Joe?
No. No twirling guns, TJ.
Yeah.
He twirls his own gun.
I twirl my own gun. It's funny.
Keep the swords away from TJ.
Off with your head. Oh, whoops, sorry.
He would have been known as the laughing pirate on the sea.
The laughing pirate.
You know, instead of the signature being R, the signature would be
That's funny.
and the first mate to come up with one eye closed going, "Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you
Are
okay,
you
Captain?
okay?
Captain?
Wait, hon. Let's see, where is it? Oh. Are you okay?
There you go.
Are you? Now, I'm blue. Are you okay? Twirls his own gun. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. His part seal, part video game character, and part 70s porn phenom.
He's on a twirl here.
That's funny. That's good.
Where's everybody at this morning?
Yeah, I don't know. Justin's probably still sleeping.
Did he go live last night?
I think he did.
I don't think he did either.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he
Oh,
did.
he
I think
did.
I saw him last night. Yeah.
Well, now today he had to take the
Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah.
taking another kid,
other kid to camp.
taking his son. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday was his son. Yep. My son was freaking out yesterday with the fact that he doesn't know where that check's at.
Really?
Yeah, because I sent that check in the mail, went to the post office. They told me at the post office, this is what they tell me. Well, apparently it wasn't mailed yet. I said, I mailed it on Saturday. I stuck it in the box right over here inside the post office. Can you go look behind it and see if it fell back there? It wouldn't have fallen back there because we move everything. That's what, can you go look at it? Well, we'll check later.
Who'd you call, the post office?
No, I was at the post office. She says, we'll have to go check later.
And what you do is say, okay, give me the postmaster.
I told her, I said, don't worry about it. I said, everybody here knows me for 20 something years. I used to have a P.O. box. Y'all outpriced me there because I'm not paying $90 or $30 a month for a P.O. box. I said, now you can't even walk out to the back to check to see if maybe the envelope fell. It's a brown envelope. I tell you everything on it. I give you the number. I said, but you're not going to go look for that. I said, but I know your name and I know their names. I'm not worried about them, but I know you. I said, so when I file the complaint, I'm putting your name in it. Like that. I said, because I paid $5 to mail this letter. They have tracking on it, and it's not tracking. And she said, well, apparently the clerk hasn't scanned it. So what clerk? It's going from here to North Carolina. She said, well, if you mailed it Saturday, it left Saturday. I said, unless it fell behind it. Like that. And the guy I knew went walk back there and look. The main guy, he went walk back and look, and he said, I don't see him. I said, thank you. I said, but I'm gonna file a search on it, and I'm gonna put all in here everything that you sold me. You know, that you couldn't go back there and check for me and all this. I said y'all outprice people. I said I can't do a PO box because of the price anymore. I'm not gonna do it. I said, and every time y'all say y'all don't have any money, taxpayers bail you out. I said y'all need to be dismantled and let a private organization take it. I said it's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. We look and see if it's tracking today.
Well, Joe, you're a coffee drinker, aren't you?
Yep.
I've never drank coffee in my life, but tasted it one time when I was a teenager and said, yuck.
Still not tracking. For automobile? No.
For car, home, or wherever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need it that bad. Yeah, they've got a I can't remember what the name of it is. Let's see if I can find it because I had it. I almost bought this for my son when he was at because Nick likes coffee every once in a while. There's a coffee thing. It's a press. Let me see if I can find it. I almost bought one for me when I looked at it. It's called an AeroPress. AeroPress. They've got them in at Amazon. It's AeroPress. It's a travel coffee press. And what you do is you put the coffee in it, you put the water in it, and you press it, and it comes out on the other side. And everybody that told him if you want coffee out in the field, you can bring coffee grinds and heat your water up and buy one of these and stick it in your backpack, and you can make good coffee out in the field. And I almost bought him one. He said, no, don't worry about it. But it's like, if you get the really good one with the stainless steel filter, it's like $59. But it's made to go camping with. That's what it's made for.
Ah.
It's made for camping. Yeah, you just put your coffee in the bottom, you put the filter on top, and then what you do is you fill the water up and then you just press it through it. So you infuse the water through it into your coffee cup. Yeah, it's a good theory. It's for somebody that's got to have their coffee, you know.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, I don't mind drinking coffee in the morning. Some very seldom I'll drink it during the day, but I'm usually good with 1 cup in the morning.
Well, for your case, those little coffee cup things
Yeah,
probably work good. Here comes Mudball.
And say I've got an AeroPress.
you got an
Do ya?
AeroPress?
Yeah, works good.
I know. I like the way that I keep saying I'm gonna buy one just to have one, but I never do.
It makes a smaller cup, but it makes a smaller strong cup.
See,
So
my problem is I gotta have this big 15-ounce cup.
I got to do that.
Yeah.
But it makes a smaller and stronger cup of coffee. It's not quite an espresso. You don't get quite the barometric pressure you need for that.
Yeah.
If you get one, I recommend looking up the inverted method, which is where basically you steep the coffee for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What was
I've
that
got
thing
one of
that
those.
you were? What was the thing that you were showing earlier, Paul? It looked like some kind of, I don't know, coffee machine or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that was sent to me by Cool Cat. It's a UK version, but I think they have it here in the US, right, Donald?
What?
The one he had was a different one.
Oh,
I
was
didn't
it?
see the one you had.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up again.
Is it like a coffee press, or is it like a Keurig coffee machine?
No, it's like a coffee press.
Yeah, it's similar to. Hold on, I'll go get it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
that's interesting. High brew portable coffee machine. Oh, so you can take it with you on the go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and see, Michael sent it to me from England because see here, there's the EU plug type or the UK.
Oh yeah, that's cool though. That's kind of nice how it comes in a little case like that.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't fit in a like where in your car would you put that thing?
Well, it comes in its own case. I can't figure that out either. See, it's got it. There's his case.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to find a place to plug it in and hold on to it, I guess. There you go. Right in the drink holder.
Oh, and it goes into a cigarette lighter. Okay. But then where would you put?
Oh, it uses them little individual coffee.
So you put the water in there. If it. Oh, and I guess it has its own like little cups. It comes with it has its own little cup there.
Yeah, it's got a little K cup like.
Well, that's cool.
yeah. That one looks like it actually gets up to a high enough barometric pressure to be called an espresso.
Yeah.
How do you get around then, Michael, if you don't have a car?
He's in the UK. A lot of transportation.
Yeah.
And you see, that might
All
be
right, Warren, have
pretty
fun.
cool to have.
Yeah.
I'll come over and help you.
Okay.
The three of us are all wearing the same colored shirts.
This right here is it.
Yeah, that's it.
You have a little screen here with your paper filter. Put your hot water and your coffee in there, and then it's just basically a French press
Yep.
going down through. I do it the opposite way, which is inverted. You put your stopper in part way and take the top and the filter off and do it this way. Put your coffee and everything in and have it standing here. And that way it lets your coffee steep for just a little bit longer. Just a few seconds longer contact. Give it a stir. Then put it over and you push down on it. And even this is, of course, it's not lubricated with any water, but you get that pressure going through. It's not quite a high enough pressure to be called an espresso, but it does make a pretty good cup of coffee. I also have a travel French press that I use.
I've got one. I've got a 24-ounce one in there, a stainless steel French press.
Mhm.
And some mornings I get up and I do the
Oh,
K-cups,
gotcha.
but the ones I
Okay.
can fill,
Guess
the
that
ones I
makes
can
sense.
fill up. So I can use the coffee I want to use. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
get lazy and I know I want more than one cup. I'll just make the 24-ounce.
Yeah, my French press is basically built into a mug, so it's like travel, and so
Yeah.
you get a few grounds in your teeth. That's fine.
And
When you go to
It's
small,
just
you
like
have
floss,
when you have a little you have
I
a
used
coffee.
to- I used to
You have-
I used to work at Walmart. I'd carry around coffee beans in an Altoid tin and munch on coffee beans all night long.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you do get a bit of crema from the French or from the AeroPress. It's not going to be like an espresso, but you do get a decent bit from the AeroPress. You know, a mocha pot gives you some decent crema as well.
Do you say crema or creamer?
Crema. It is the frothy white
Oh, like the
on top of
the-
coffee. It's not something you add to it. It's from the brewing process.
Oh, so it's like the foamy layer that's on top.
Yeah, but it's not like the milk that you would get if you go to a place. This is just from the brewing process of brewing the coffee.
Oh, it's called the crema.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were talking about creamer. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Cool Cat, the mocha pot is hands down, I would say was my favorite coffee making tool. I lost my mocha pot though. I need to get me another one.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured, but I don't know. In my mind, when Don was saying it, I was like, wait, did he say crema or creamer?
Yeah. But an AeroPress gets you. It's a very similar coffee than you get out of the mocha pot. But my son has taken to stealing this when he goes traveling. He's got himself a little hand crank coffee grinder.
It's funny how like when you go into a I don't know, into like a cologne shop or something, and you smell all these colognes, and then they have like the little thing of coffee beans, and you smell those, and it takes away like all the smells
It's
and
to
stuff.
reset your. It's to give you kind. It's kind of to cleanse the palate.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
You know,
interesting how that works.
there's a trick if you that they would use in trucking in their trailers, and that is if they carried anything that had like a chemical smell to it, even though they've cleaned out the trailer and there's still that little smell, they would throw coffee grounds into the truck
Mm-hmm.
to uh,
Oh yeah.
get rid of that smell. Because if you're gonna be hauling anything that's food grade and they go in and they smell anything that smells off, they're not gonna let you take it. And so
Now, how does
coffee grounds is
that
the way to do that.
when you do a garden and people put coffee grounds in their garden, how does and then animals come near it? How does coffee keep away like the animals or whatever?
I don't know. I've never heard of doing that. Putting coffee grounds in your garden to keep away animals. I know that it will raise the acidity of your soil. So if your soil is a
Oh
little bit base,
yeah,
you can raise the
yeah.
acidity of your soil a little bit with coffee grounds. Coffee grounds are really good for putting into your compost.
Or maybe it was human hair. Maybe
Yeah.
if you put human hair in your garden, it keeps away the animals. I don't know. I heard something either coffee or hair. I'm not sure which one it was. Yay, Michael's coming on! Yay! Are you lucky people?
I'm looking at a video of Vegas aerial, right?
Oh,
It's
huh.
Sharks Cove in Hawaii. Oh, it makes me miss Hawaii.
So should I? Because we have sugar ants around. Should I put those on the counter there, Jody, or what? Should I just spread a bunch of coffee grounds all over the counter?
Yeah, your wife will love that.
I know, like why is it so grindy?
Every time I dust the counter off, I feel these again. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Thing is, I've gotten so used to drinking a large amount of pour over coffee that when I use the AeroPress, it makes a much smaller cup,
Yeah.
much smaller amount,
I'm,
and even espresso is a smaller, but it's a stronger cup, and you're still getting the caffeine. But I'm apart. It's kind of like if I fix a smaller cup or use a mocha pot, fixes a smaller cup, then I'm out of coffee and I don't know what to do.
my mom has one of those Nespresso machines.
Hmm. I have one of the what do they call it? With the little pods like that.
Nespresso?
It's not an espresso. It's the other
Keurig?
one. Keurig.
Keurig.
I've got a Keurig, but I got the. I don't use the K cups that you go buy. I bought one of the ones that you fill
Oh
up with
yeah,
your own
the
coffee.
little things that you put your own coffee in. Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
have one of those too.
because I don't see paying that much for those pods, and
Yeah, and like
they go in they go in
it's
the
kind of a
landfill.
it's kind of a waste because you take them out and you throw them away. But
Hmm.
you can also I've seen people like I saw a craft one time where you could string lights like outside, like on your patio or whatever, and then just drill a hole like on the top. Like you could take the coffee out of there and like use the empty like pod and drill a hole like on the bottom of it, and then put them on the like the little lights that you use on your Christmas trees or whatever. You can put those on the lights and I don't know, make some kind of decorative thing for your patio, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure my wife would like that.
Yeah. Make it look kind of like fancy or not fancy, but like make it look more whatever the word it is that I'm trying to think of.
I don't know. I don't think that Keurig containers, used Keurig containers, is fancy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think of them as garbage.
Yeah. But I've seen, I don't know, like I've just seen that, like.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a crafty thing. It's a craft thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me set this up here real quick.
I think if my son gets stationed in Hawaii, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move to Hawaii. And I'm gonna find me a place pretty close to Waikiki Beach.
What's
And
up,
I'm gonna go out
Jonathan?
there like that guy in Hawaii that films the surface for $150 an hour. And I'm gonna just every day just go out there, sit there with my Mavic 3 and follow the surfers around, charge them $150 an hour to video them and give them their videos. That would be pretty nice. Like,
No, I'm talking about the little pods, Michael, that you use for the Keurig, like the little pod. You could take after you're done brewing the coffee, you could take the coffee out and then use the plastic.
Oh, he
stuff.
doesn't. He's asking what a Keurig container is.
What do you mean, like the container? Oh, that you store the pods.
Hi,
in,
Michael.
as you talk?
it's just a little cup with
It's a little plastic.
yeah.
Yeah,
like the
you're
coffee.
talking about the coffee pods, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If that's what it is, yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
what the Keurig
they're the
thing is.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
here.
I was gonna say I've got one upstairs too. If
Nespresso, is that what we're talking about? Is that an?
it's similar.
Oh, okay.
Here, it's
Yeah, I'm
one
a
of
tea expert, you see.
one of these things, and then like after
Okay.
after you take the coffee out, like after the coffee's done, you could.
Is that a filter?
Yeah,
Is that a
it's a
filter
filter,
incorporated
right.
into it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Everything.
you could take the filter out, and you can drill a hole like in the bottom of this, and put like if you want to, like for your patio or whatever,
nice,
like
cool.
yeah, drill a hole like in the bottom and stick this in the light and make like a little.
Where it's an earring, yeah.
Yeah, or if you get it and you get one and you peel the top of it back really carefully and pour the coffee out, you can hide your weed in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at Mark slipped in. Mark slipped in like a ninja. Wouldn't be the first time.
Guys.
Mark.
You can make some weed coffee.
Paul,
That'd be funny.
TJ, Don, Michael,
What's up, Mark?
John.
That would be
Okay.
nasty as hell, TJ. That'd be basically
I know.
bong water.
Cold water coffee.
Geordie, Warren.
That would not be a proper tea.
That would not be a proper tea.
A property. That's funny. That's pretty good. Oh goodness. Property. Property. That's good. That's good stuff. Paul, your mic is muted. Your mic is muted.
You have to put little dinky signs around your coffee cup that says "Stay off the property."
That's a good one. Yeah.
That was good.
That's funny.
I like that. Yeah, that'd be good on a mug, wouldn't it? Get off my property. That's a bit of wordplay. Fantastic.
Property.
Oh dear.
That's good stuff.
Hey, Teej, listen, is there any
Yeah.
your microphone is very loud, like compared to other people. Is there any way that it can be turned down? It may be me because I've got my earphones in, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's your earphones.
Yeah, I don't
'cause
know.
It sounds the same.
I think it's about the same.
Yeah,
is
probably.
it? Okay, my bad then.
You're just trying to get a sneaky way to get him turn his microphone down so his laughing doesn't take over the entire screen.
Yeah. Could you
I
give
mean-
me a mute button? Yeah.
Well,
That's funny.
I guess
I feel like
Paul
such
Brown
a grouch
is-
when I say that because it's great. I think that TJ's laughter and everything else, I think it's awesome, 100%. There's nothing about that that's bad. However, when you're trying to, like yesterday, I wrote you that note, TJ, in the comments that yesterday when I was trying to troubleshoot that issue, I was waiting there twiddling my thumbs, thinking, for fuck's sake.
Wait till
Yeah.
TJ
I'm
stops
waiting
laughing.
to try and I'll be able to ask Justin how to solve this problem just as soon as TJ starts laughing, and it just went on. It's like a watched kettle, never boils.
I think,
I'm just sitting there
Michael,
going,
I think TJ needs to make a laugh track. He could probably sell it.
Well, Alex from Alex from AME Aerials, he helped me make a laughing intro for my videos, but I don't know how to edit them into my videos. So
you could make it into music.
Do you not put your when you put your videos up, you don't edit them or anything? Put them into an editor?
No, I use CapCut, and then I just put music in there.
Yeah, well, you would just have your whatever intro you do, you'd throw it in on your timeline first, then your new video. Go ahead and do you do any cuts or anything on your video, or you just drop it in?
No, I just drop it in and
Drop it
put
and
the
go.
music.
So it wouldn't involve really cutting. It would just be involved putting the first clip, your little intro in first, then dropping in the rest of the video.
Well, see, he sent it to me in Messenger, so I don't know how to. Well, I gotta
to save it. You don't know how to save it to your.
Yeah,
files.
no.
And I would say almost anymore. It depends on how long of the intro is the intro.
Well,
How long is the video?
The last one I put was like 8 minutes.
No, not your videos. The intro video that he put in the messenger.
Oh, it was.
How many seconds? How many seconds?
Oh,
I would say anything more than 5 seconds is too long for a video intro on YouTube. You'd be better off with the outro.
Yeah, because how most people in the drone community, they have their intros and stuff.
And it takes forever. And what do? You skip past it because you've seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
I would say it's more useful if you had something like that to put it as an outro, where you put your related videos on your end screen. But
So just do it as an outro instead of an intro.
maybe I don't know. I don't know how long it is. Like that's why I was asking. If it's more than 5 seconds, definitely don't put it at the beginning of your videos. In my opinion.
It's all about keeping or retaining the attention of the person watching. It's actually quite a complicated little thing that you've got to think about. And I suspect that's what Donald's doing, thinking about the attention on the whole of the people watching.
It was 6 seconds.
Yeah. That's not a bad length for an intro, but
listen, guys, Donald, sorry to just one tiny little thing. I'm making right now some coffee in this pot, right? When I get to the point where I've put the coffee in that little thing, right? I've now dropped it in the base with the water. Do I tamp it down or not? What do I do?
What coffee maker are you using?
The mocha thing, the
A
aluminium
mocha
thing.
pot?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
using a mocha
So
pot?
do I tamp the coffee down?
Yeah, you probably should on a mocha pot. Just a light tamp. You don't have to tamp it as hard as you would for an espresso or anything. You're not making a puck, but
Okay. All right. Cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to break the flow. I tamp it flat, but not mega hard. Because I want that distribution of heat and pressure through the coffee evenly. I don't want it to burst through at one point.
well, the main thing you're wanting to get rid of when you do that, the main thing you're trying to get rid of is any channels for the water to flow through easier.
Right, yeah.
You're wanting to,
Yeah.
if you go through it evenly, so if there's channels, it'll take the path of least
Exactly.
resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it bursts through on one point, that's where all the pressure is going to go to, and I don't want that.
Yep.
I want it
And
to,
you will not get a full brew out of the coffee.
right, yeah.
And also, some people do this. I don't know if it really improves. I've done it a couple times. If you bloom your coffee first, I don't know if you do that, but you've got your kettle to the side. Just pour a
Yeah.
little bit of water over the top of the grounds to get it to bloom.
I
Now,
can
are
do
you
that.
using?
I haven't put it on the flame yet.
Well, are you using? Are you starting with hot water from a kettle into the bottom of the mocha, or no?
No, it's cold. So I put hot
Okay.
water in it.
I was gonna say it just if you had a kettle, it
Yeah, I do.
that stays hot. You got it hot right now. That'll just cut your time to your
Yeah.
coffee down. It's not gonna change the way it brews. It'll just cut your time down.
Yeah, because you don't have to bring it to the
See,
boil.
here in the
first,
U.S.,
so it
people
builds
don't
up
keep
between.
kettles. So, TJ, you don't have a kettle, do you?
No, well, I have there's two. One to put one of these in, and then we have the one where it has the coffee pot.
No. Talking about kettle. Just to keep
kettle
keep
is-
hot water.
Yeah, just
Oh
boils
no!
water.
As it turns out,
we
the kettle
just
isn't
have
hot.
we just have the stove to heat the water.
It you would not believe how useful it is to have a kettle.
Um,
I've got an electric one.
Yeah, it takes about
uh,
3
that'd
minutes
probably
to
be
boil the
that'd
water.
probably be convenient to go get a metal kettle and to put water and keep it heated to make noodles or whatever else in.
Well, it doesn't keep it heated; it just heats it up. It boils it.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
not
get
just
kettles that keep it heated.
you could.
You can get kettles that will keep it 90 something degrees. Will just keep flipping it. But they're super expensive.
Yeah,
Mm,
but yeah,
yeah, smart ones. Yeah.
you just have to kind of. So have you never used a mocha pot, Michael?
No, I have, but I'm just not convinced I was doing it right. And then some of the coffee hasn't been it's been a bit hit and miss. You know, it hasn't been consistent. So I'm doing something wrong.
No, Jonathan, I
so
do
I've
not
been-
have one that whistles when it boils. No,
I used to when I was a kid.
my mom had one of those.
Yeah, the
Well,
ones you put
when I was a kid, we used to have one.
The question I have is, I heard Donald just explain about coffee, about blooming coffee. What's a blooming coffee? I thought that was like, blooming coffee.
You got to bloom your coffee, lad. If you aren't blooming your coffee, you don't know what you're doing. No. Pour some hot water over it just to get just so the grounds can start to absorb some of that water, and then when you actually brew, it's releasing much faster.
It makes sense because the coffee has been dried and roasted, so it needs to reconstitute with the water for that lovely chemistry to go on, where it's it gets.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not sure
wanting to
what the word
extract
is, but-
everything out of that bean, so
Yeah, you want to
pouring
extract
a little hot water
everything.
over the top of it and letting it absorb some of that water just gets you a head start on the extraction.
It also compacts
Well,
it
it's
a
on-
little bit as
It's
well.
on the heat now. It's on the heat on my
Look, John.
stove. And,
If I
is
could,
there-
if I could get away from kneading something in my hand while I'm working, I love having like a large cup or having a pour over pot somewhere where I can keep going getting refills, so I can have
Yeah.
something. It's that habit of needing something, and it's like an oral fixation. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I think the idea of having a kettle that still whistles is kind of funny.
Mhm. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't mind just doing an AeroPress in the morning because it's that you're getting
Oh,
that
everyone had a kettle.
one jolt.
I used to have a
I
girlfriend with
really
an
did
oral
think everyone had a
fixation
kettle.
that whistled when she blew.
when she came over the hill.
I've been trying to get that all in there. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Mm.
Yeah, so I might just bring the mocha pot camping rather than buy something.
Yeah, mocha pots. I mean, they're small. Are you taking a gas stove?
Yep. So gas stove, the mocha pots. I've got plenty of gas, and they're very lightweight.
Mm.
In fact, the mocha pot, because it's aluminium, it's not too bad.
Right. So you're not hiking. If I was when I go hiking, if I want to take coffee with me, the Folgers, I think, and there's someone else makes them, but Folgers I do know make them. Basically like tea bags, but with coffee, and so I'll take that.
Yeah, you can buy coffee bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different kind of tea bag there, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going hiking, so it doesn't have to be lightweight.
Right.
And I've got a trolley with wheels that I take the tent in, and everything that I need, to live in a tent and have a sleeping bag and whatnot is all in this trolley with wheels. But it's by no means a good way of traveling a long way. So if I was hiking, it would all be condensed into a rucksack.
Yeah. Yeah. When I go camping, there's two types of camping that we do, and when we do what you're doing, we call it car camping. When we go with my parents and stuff, because everything
you say car camping?
Car camping, because the car is near enough by that we can just go to the car and get stuff if we need it.
Got ya. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do that when you use a 6-man tent.
Yeah, mine's a 6-man, actually. It's a 6-man dome tent. It's got a big lounge in the center, and it's just one huge dome. But then there's 2 areas off to the side, which are 3-man living quarters. And then there's a large area in the front. But it's a lovely tent.
We had a huge tent like that where it had the 2 rooms and one central area in the tent.
Yeah.
And I ended up giving it away to a guy that had family because it was just, it's too much room. It's too much heavy.
Yeah.
And for me, I take my hammock and I'm perfectly happy in my hammock. Which I got a new hammock for Christmas that I did not get out and use this spring. I need to get out and use it because I'm wanting to set up the ridge line right and get my rain tarp, my rain fly. I want to get it set up and adjusted on it. But
if I was going on my own and not a friend, I would probably take a small. I've got this little 2-man thing, which is okay. It's not brilliant though.
Yeah,
I just don't see
a little 2-man air-beam tent and the 6 berth air-beam tent. The 6 ones, massive. You can park 2 cars inside it.
Yeah, that is one problem with doing camping with a hammock is that you need to go somewhere where there's trees. But where I go is usually there's trees. Where are you going camping at, Michael?
Down south, a place called West Bay.
A place called what?
A place called West Bay.
West Bay?
West Bay. It's in Dorset, yeah.
Okay.
Mark has got a 2-man tent, which he's explained about before. And I think it's a really, from what I can remember, I think it's one of these really cool ones. Is it not one of these lightweight jobs, Mark?
That's pretty good.
Michael, where do the women
wow.
It's an air-beam
sleep? Do the
tent.
men let the women sleep in the
Air
bed?
beam, yeah. What is the, yeah, that's right. Air beam. What is an air beam?
Well, instead of having tent poles, it
Hang on
actually
one
has
sec.
2. Instead of having tent poles, it has tubes that go over the top. So from corner to corner, and you actually.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what it was. I remember now. It's awesome, Don. Check this out. Have a look. Can you tell us exactly which one it is, Mark? When I've looked at it, because I went on a bit of a rabbit hole exploration into what Mark's tent was because I was fascinated, and it turns out they're a bit expensive, but they're very cool.
I'm looking at one right now, inflatable tent that it just blows up. And that's your ridge.
Yeah,
That's
some
your,
of them are crap. So some of them are just gimmicky, but
The
others
temple
are actually
that
really well
was
thought
it.
out.
This one's a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the gimmicky one then, but there are decent ones. Let me see. What did I see
Let me
before?
see if I can find them.
Remind me what the name was again, please, Mark. What was it? Beam. Air beam.
Air beam.
Air beam.
Air beam. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, that's just the generic name for them. There are different makes. One of them's a Gillette.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're not
The
that
6
expensive, actually.
The 6 beam
Yeah.
tent is a Gillette, and it's about £650, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that looks like where you're going.
It's still a bit expensive for me.
But
Sorry,
the
go
other one, the 2-man tent, was only about 50 or 60 quid, something like that.
Right. There's also a Vango TP Air 400 air beam tent, which is about
right.
500 quid. Now
these are cool.
that's too much for me.
I like these. I like these.
It's too much money for me.
Yeah, and I'm looking, and
Vango
all the parks there
not cheap.
that I'm looking in West Bay, all the camping options that I'm seeing. There's not a lot of trees, so a tent is the way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, but there are other areas. You see, because it's in Dorset, I'll show you all the stuff with. Let me see where I'm going. You'll like it. It's nice. There is some nice camping areas there.
Oh, here's one that
but
has
there
some
also,
trees.
yeah,
Ernie's
there
Ernie's
are dotted
plot.
around. Okay.
That looks like it's more for.
Yeah, dotted around, Don. There's some absolute gems, places that you can stay. That it's kind of like on the edge of a forest. It's very cheap because it's not next to the sea. Sometimes it's just like a couple of quid a night or something. It's brilliant.
I like that little shower thing. That's kind of cool.
And I always prefer to go, like walk for half an hour to get to the sea anyway, because you set up during the day, and then you can have a little half an hour walk back to the site at night, and it's fine.
And I would also think that being a little bit off of the sea, you'd be a little bit shielded from any wind as well. And I've always noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's that as well.
Well, when TJ goes camping, he's a little bit off anyway.
I haven't been camping in like quite some time. It's been like forever since I've been camping.
It's such a great thing to do and to get into.
Yeah.
Teach. If you've got kids as well, take them camping. My God, they will thank you for it when they're adults, because it's such a beautiful thing for them to experience.
When they become teenagers, they will say, "No, I don't want to go."
No, I do not want to go.
Sure.
Have you ever been? Have you ever been glamping before?
No.
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 Here, I'm gonna show you where is it here? This is a place I like to go down in Arkansas, and it's a national forest. And so we usually hike about it's the entire loop is 17 miles of this, no people.
Tell already, it's nice.
And so there I am in my hammock.
Beautiful. So that is the spot.
Yeah, and that's my view from inside my hammock. The reason it's blurry is because there's a bug net.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
A bug net. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's great for in the summer when you get insects and stuff. But this was in February, and I wish I didn't have that. So now I have an open face hammock, very similar to that I can put up without the bug net. And
I've got a little bug hat.
There, if you see,
it does kind of the same thing, but
this is close to where we camped. It was probably about a 3-minute hike, and that was our source of water. coming down.
Okay.
I've got a little water purifier and
As long as
go
you
and
boil it, it'll be fine.
nope. You put your Nalgene bottle on it and you pump it. It'll take it down to just a couple microns. It will purify
Yeah.
everything down.
Okay.
I do boil it, but you can drink it straight from the filter as well.
Have you got a water quality device tester? Because I've got one, a little electronic device that I keep in a pouch.
Yes, that will tell you what the total dissolved solids are.
That's right. Yeah, it's a very
Yes.
compact, cheap device. It's awesome.
I've got TDS.
Very
TDS will
well.
not tell you any bacterial load or anything like that.
No,
But the
fine.
filter I have that takes you down to microns, it'll take out any of those. This was our campsite up on top of a ridge, and the wood here, it was very punky. The wood was that we found, but it was super beautiful when we set up.
Yeah, keep it on.
Oh,
Oh, it looks nice.
it was super beautiful. We're looking out over the forest, over across that ridge there. But
That's beautiful.
as evening came along, that's when we got the same problem as I was talking about down on near the ocean or near the sea. Wind came across the top of that ridge, like it was horrible. And so all night long, it was just I was waiting for something to fall.
That's the problem. A good thing to do is to have a really good recce to make sure there's no widowmakers around that's going to cause any trouble.
Yes,
Because the last thing you want is to get dead
Yeah.
whilst you're camping.
And
And
this is
even
about
the
half-
threat of things falling.
yeah. This is at Rockhole. Rockhole is about halfway through the hike, and it's next
Right.
to a stream that runs year round, and so it's a good source of water. Usually, it's busy. You got a lot of
Yeah.
campers. You got a lot of close campsites, but like I said, we went in February, and
Right.
so
Who is
Yeah,
the
listen,
guy?
Who was that?
you have to get back to doing that again, Don.
who
I
was
know you
that?
haven't done it for a while, but
Yeah.
That's my brother. That's my twin
Oh,
brother.
that's your brother. Oh,
Yeah.
Can you see
There's
the
a better
picture I'm-
view of the creek.
well, that's
Can you
cool.
see the picture I'm sharing?
not yet.
The little Lego man.
Nope. We won't see it until I stop sharing. I don't think.
Uh.
And that is where we set camp the second night. That is just a bunch of tumbled down rocks from what is that called? Something Falls. Anyway, it's just
Rock
the
ball.
entire area here is along a bluff, and so it's just rocks and rocks and rocks. No way you
Yeah.
can set up a tent, but that's where doing a hammock perfectly fine. Just find a couple trees
Perfect, yeah.
and just set up your hammock. There's rocks underneath
Love
of you,
that.
but you
That's
don't care,
awesome.
right? And so that's a perfect place use case for using a hammock instead of a tent. So there we are. That's my brother's set up there,
That's cool.
That's perfect.
and there it is, the Butterfield Falls. And so
Isn't it called a polder?
What was the little Lego man?
Well,
oh, that's little Don. I used to carry him around, take pictures of him whenever I went on trips and stuff.
Oh.
I've got a picture. I've got a picture of him down in Florida, buried in the sand. I've got a picture of him in the redwoods. It's actually a set that came from a Pulp Fiction toy set, and
Oh, is that what it is?
that's one of the characters from Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
All right.
And
Well, that's the guy whose house it was, who they went to
Yes.
clear up the car. I get
Yes.
it. Yeah,
The cleaner.
drinking his tea or his coffee or whatever. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
and that's the Holt Homestead cabin. And I'm telling you right now, if I wasn't married and could get that to live in, I would.
Sure. Yeah. Buy the
It's
shit
up
out
on
of
top
it
of this
and just live
ridge.
That's
there.
pretty cool though.
You'd have to fix it up a little bit, but
A little bit.
not
I think it's
no, but
fucking
not a lot.
perfect. That's
For
it.
me,
Finished.
not a lot. You'd have to just
Yeah.
make it a little windproof and stuff. But
Mhm.
there's a little kitchen area, and then there's another area. I would just hang a hammock from two of the main beams and be good. And right next to it is a little pond. Let's see if right here, that pond is sitting right
Hmm.
next to the cabin.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god.
And so
How
you're up
about
on
that
top
for
of
a
this ridge
perfect
away
place?
from people, and there's a little chair sitting by the pond to hang out. But it's up on top of Mount Olive down in Arkansas, and
Okay.
you wouldn't think to find a pond at the top of a mountain, but there it is.
Right. Yeah. Do you know what's feeding it? It must be a little spring coming off the mountain or something.
I have no idea. It
Must be something.
There's nothing higher. It is up on the ridge.
Really? So
That's
it's
why
rain?
it's just like it's just collected rain and it holds it.
So it must be that at some point the geography has scooped up a little bit of clay or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
But,
there's Hill's Half Mile.
Oh, that's
hiking
cool.
up.
I like that when the icicles are forming. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I took a shot of that just to show the temperature of when we went hiking because you see us walking around. That's long sleeve shirts, but a lot of times we're just dressed kind of light. But that's because you're just constantly hiking and you get sweaty.
you see those? You see the rock, Teach? You see how it splits? You see the different layers? Now,
Oh, yeah,
I forget what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called. But as the rock gets exposed to the elements a little bit more than just being compressed underground, the water gets into the gaps. And when it freezes, it expands and lifts that little slab a little. And then it just keeps moving it every time
Yep.
the ice freezes. It's a process that contributes to rocks just degrading over time.
And I lost those sunglasses somewhere, and I really like those sunglasses.
Oh, bulls. They're good ones too, eh?
They looked total jackass on me, but I really liked. They felt comfortable. They were light. I loved them.
What brand sunglasses were they?
I don't remember, but yeah, it's
I have
just
some prescription shades like that.
so.
These
Anyway,
prescription
Michael,
shades I just lost.
How long?
When I talk-
How long ago was this?
Sorry, go on.
this was in 2015.
Oh,
So, Michael, when I talk about camping, this is what I think
Yeah.
about when I talk camping is
Yeah,
17 miles of this.
yeah.
You
And
didn't- you didn't
that's
have
pretty
any-
much where I am.
you didn't have any drones with you at the time, Don, did you?
No,
Oh.
I didn't even have. I think this was off my cell phone.
See, when I think about camping, I think about doing this sort of thing, but being near enough to the sea where I can do a bit of sea fishing specifically
look how blue that
in this
water is
particular.
right there.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know what the chemical composition is coming off that. That water is coming down out of Devil's Den State Park,
Oh, huh.
and I don't know what made it that blue. But
It
yeah,
looks like almost looks like ocean water.
Looks
I
like
don't know.
copper sulfate.
Yeah, it's some kind of mineral.
So yeah,
Copper sulfate.
All right.
that's the kind of camping I like. But this particular time, I'm going camping, but also near enough to the sea where I can do some sea fishing to keep myself
Ooh.
occupied.
Mm.
It's only for a couple of days.
Yeah, and there's something to
But
be
yeah,
said
cool.
about camping where you can, when you go for a hike, go for a walk, you see other people and you can nod at them and everybody's enjoying
Sure.
the place. There's something to be said about that kind of camping as well.
Mhm.
I went, and when I went on that trip, that was with my brother. I've gone alone and 2 days of total solitude. You'd think it'd be like nice. But that second day, you're just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm ready to get back.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. You'd be so surprised. In fact, it's almost like a failure of intuition where we don't realize just how reliant we are on other people. But you need to experience that to really realize that actually you are dependent on other people.
Well,
You
and
know,
my
to the
memories,
extent where you run away.
and I was gonna say, my memories of my solo trips are not as strong as the ones I have when I go with other people because I'm not
There you
sharing it with
go.
anybody.
Yeah.
Wait, I take that back. On one of my solo trips, I showed you that rock hole right there by the river. I set up camp there, and right about sunset, the coyotes started, and they were.
Oh,
I
dear.
think they were down at Junction, which is about 3 miles away, on that trail. I think that's probably about where they were, but they
Yeah.
were howling, and the echoes were coming straight up that creek
God.
bed, and it just
Yeah, I
sounded like
wouldn't
they were
like that.
surrounding me. It was amazing.
Here's the thing, though. I think it's dangerous. There's nothing wrong with soloing per se, but I don't think it's particularly safe. I would much rather go with someone because if you fell and knocked yourself out or something happened and
Yep.
you couldn't self-extract, you might be in trouble just because you can't get a cell phone signal.
Especially going in the winter like I like to go. Like I've gone in
Right.
November, and it's like you see
Yeah.
2 people maybe on the trail on the entire trip.
Mm.
And it's like a 2 or 3 day trip. You see a couple people. If you fell
Yeah.
off the trail,
And I think if you've got a family, I think it's probably a responsible thing to do that, you know, because even though it's your choice, it's your life, and something
Right.
may
Well,
happen, it's a risk you take.
when you go, you check. You should check in. You don't have to, but I always do. Check in at the ranger
Yeah.
station there at Devil's Den Park, and say, "I'm going in. I'll be hiking this direction."
Yeah.
They ask you to fill out the form, which direction you're hiking. If you don't show
Sure.
up and check back out, they assume
Yeah.
you're missing, and they'll walk the opposite direction of the trail to try and
Yeah.
find you.
Yeah, you've got to
Right.
set up the points where to be expected, and obviously make sure that they're going to stick by it. Because sometimes if it's like a private house or like a lodge or something, they might not know what they're doing, you know, and it would be very tempting for someone to go, well, you know, he didn't pass by and say hi, but maybe it's all right. You don't need people like that in the loop, because they're the sort of people who will just allow you to rot for years in the forest. So
and
make sure that the people understand.
Yeah, and there's
Can
been
you
people
see
gone
that?
missing down there too.
Right.
Can you see that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the tent. Yeah.
Right. The
That
red
is
bits,
cool.
the red bits are
The
the
blow-up
air
bits,
beams. That takes
Mhm.
about less than 5 minutes to put up.
Right, with a pump. You just pump it with your foot
Yeah.
and up it goes. I love that.
You can
And the
either
thing is
use
as well,
a stirrup pump, but what I've got is one of these tiny little
I've
rechargeable
seen them.
car
Yeah. Cylinders.
pumps. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
tiny little thing. It's about 6 inches
And it
by
goes
2 inches,
"Dee." I've seen them. They're awesome
Yeah.
little things.
and they are
You
brilliant.
ever
I've seen
seen
people
you ever
pump
seen
beds up
people
with them.
you
No,
ever seen
where is
people
it?
make
that.
tents out of that wrap that you use when you're wrapping up a pallet of like whatever, like that big
Yeah,
roll
the
that-
people that
Bubble
use
wrap, yeah.
plastic wrap. Yeah.
yeah
Those
yeah.
people are
Keep it-
jackasses for no reason.
Keep it on there, Mark. Oh my God, we just saw Mark. Listen, go back to the tent, Mark.
He was naked.
Go back to
Like-
just the tent where you can see the silver lining of the tent.
No, that is the the air beam tent, the 6-man tent.
Yeah, yeah.
Each one of those grey bits is a beam. It's got 5 air beams, and believe it or not, that takes about 15 minutes to put up.
Yeah. Which is nothing for a tent that size. But the silver inside that 2-man tent, the silver's really cool because it keeps the heat in. Perfect.
Yeah,
I feel because like when I've seen people do like tents and stuff out of that saran wrap stuff, the plastic wrap, I kind of felt like it was like pretty
Like that.
sturdy and strong enough.
Yep.
that
Yeah,
one you
but
mean.
If you
Why
go
not-
back another shot, you
Why
can
not
see the
buy an
whole
actual
silver
kit that
inside
you
the
can
tent.
reuse? Why throw all that plastic in the trash for a
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
gimmick video? It
That's
pisses
the
me
Yeah.
off
size
when
of
I
the
see those
bag it
videos.
fits in.
Yeah, it is kind of a waste.
It's not kind of a waste;
Like
it's
that.
entirely a waste.
Yeah.
I'm of the
Like that. That's the inside of it. Yeah.
pack it in, pack it out. In fact, when I go hiking, I
Yes.
always take a trash bag in the bottom of my backpack. So
Yeah.
if it starts to rain, I can put it over and keep everything a little more waterproof than just the
Yeah.
waterproofing on
It's
the
a
backpack.
very good way.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good way of getting things dry or keeping
Right.
things dry.
But if I don't need it on the way
Yes.
back, usually when I'm out and I start hiking back out, I'll pull a trash bag
Yeah.
out and I will clean up stuff that I see on the trail on the way out. I always carry a bag of trash out of the trail with me.
Yeah, most people do that, and it's good.
Yeah. No, most people
No.
don't, and that's
No.
why I have to pick stuff up. The worst camps I've seen are people.
I need
That
to
area
know
down
my
there is
current
crisscrossed with
balance.
ATV
Mm.
and horse trails. And Paul, you might mute if you're going to be talking.
Current balance.
Yeah, you need to mute Paul.
You need to mute
Okay.
Mike or Paul.
So I'm going to stick with my original most people, I think, Don, but I think it only takes a couple. It only takes a couple of people to fuck it up
Yeah.
and make, a bunch of mess.
The worst things I've seen is the ATV trails. So people come out on those
JD.
motorized ATVs, and
Yeah.
they're not really experienced. They're tearing up trails and stuff, and I don't know if it's usually younger people or it's something about the personality of them that their campsites are always trashed.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
They
I
just
hate
leave
when
garbage.
people, like, I hate when people like do that and go camping or just going somewhere to grill and they don't pick up after themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, I hate it. It's just so inconsiderate, and it just shows the kind of level of
pigs or something.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shows the level of ignorance in some people, you know.
Oh, there's some pictures of when I went to White Rock and camped, but my brother, we started hiking in and he started feeling ill. Our plan was to hike around a big loop. It was a different place down in Arkansas, and he started feeling ill, so we only got maybe 2 miles in, and he was just collapsing on it. He didn't want to give up the ghost, though. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna set. We found a creek. We're gonna set up right here, and we'll just camp tonight. We'll see how you feel tomorrow. And then we hiked out in the morning, but he was insistent because he had been waiting to go on this trip and started getting feverish, but didn't want to admit
What
it.
was the weather doing? Was it hot or something, or what? What was wrong with him?
No, he had just picked up a bug somewhere,
Oh, okay.
and so it wasn't the heat at all. But it was a winter trip. I went.
Yeah, yeah. Those bugs can fucking fell you. You know, you feel awful.
It was
You don't
another
wanna do
February
anything.
trip. My brother and I used to go camping on our birthday, which is February 2nd. So we would find a weekend
Yeah.
around that and go camping.
What are the chances of you sharing your birthday with your twin brother? That's crazy. It's just outrageous. You got lucky there.
But since we didn't get a hike up, our plan was we're at the base. We're going to hike up this loop and get to the top of White Rock, and then hike back down the other way. Since we didn't get to make it up White Rock because he wasn't feeling good, we drove up the next day or that morning after we hiked back out
Yeah.
to the car.
That must have felt awful.
So,
you know, like being
yeah,
ill and not wanting
but
to
there-
destroy anything for anyone else.
But there it is.
There you go.
That was where we're going to hike up to.
That's cool. That's a
Cool.
cool shot.
Beautiful, isn't it?
And yeah, the way the wind is up there, I wouldn't trust a drone, or at least my drone. I'd have to have a little bit beefier drone.
Yeah.
But I would love to get some shots down there off of some of those.
You could probably have a very lightweight slope soarer, or do you know one of those wings and just stick a camera on it, and you'd get great pictures.
Yeah, I need to go hiking. I need to get out again.
I agree. I think that you've left it too long. You need to rediscover it. I mean, I know I do, and I'm a hypocrite completely because, you know, I've done little things here and there, but I haven't, you know, done it properly. I've just kind of dabbled, and I just really need to go on a mission. You know, spend at least a week somewhere, go fishing, be kind of self.
Are there any good hiking trails up there near you, Marco?
Near me, hiking trail. Yeah. Well, there's loads of places around here. Yeah, I mean, tons of places. There is a walk as well. What's it called? All the spots. Oh my God, what is it called? Especially this neck of the woods. It even goes through Stonehenge as well. In fact, I'll my memory's not good for these sorts of things, but I will. I've kind of done half of it as well. Isn't that awful? I've done half of it and I can't remember.
You said you live near Stonehenge?
Yeah. I mean, I could walk there. It'd take me about half an hour. to walk there.
Huh.
That's how close I live to Stonehenge. So I live in Salisbury. It's called the something way. What's it called? Oh my God, I wish my memory wasn't fucked up.
Not the Athian way, is it?
No.
Certainly not the Pennine way.
No. Although that is cool. I used to go up to Halifax to see my mum occasionally and go up to the Pennines and whatnot. It's wonderful. Most of the time you wouldn't even see it because it would just be foggy, you know. But we'd drive up there, up to the Pennines, and it's wonderful. Even the water, when you go to Yorkshire, the water's better because out of the tap, you've got like Avion coming out the tap. It's insane. Love it.
Yeah.
And there's no shit in the water either, no chemicals.
It comes from the Lake District and it comes through sandstone to be, it's not hard water either. There's no limestone.
And it's cold. Yeah, it's not hard at all. No, there's no calcium carbonate in it at all. It's just really nice water, and it's pleasant to drink, and it's cold. It's always ice cold, straight out the tap. Yeah. And of course, you don't get all that fur. If you go to Yorkshire and look in someone's kettle, there's no white stuff in there.
No,
it's not
there isn't here either.
Yeah. All round the taps, if you get water that's dropped on a metal surface and then evaporated off, it doesn't leave any mark at all. So it's great for cleaning things. And also, soaps last for longer as well. Right, there you go. You hardly need any soap to wash anything because the soap doesn't get smashed by the calcium.
Yeah.
Let me just find out what this way is a minute, because it's doing my head in. The Foss Way.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember that. The Foss Way.
The Fox Way?
Foss. F-O-S-S.
F-O-S-S.
Oh, Foss.
Foss Way, yeah. Now, not to be confused with the one in Newcastle, apparently. So, the Foss Way sounds something like that. The Foss Way. Yeah, so the Foss Way, East Somerset, Salisbury Plain. Lots of people travel on it all the time. And there's some really nice things along. No, but it does go to Taunton, I think. Well, in fact, don't quote me on that because I may be wrong about stuff and I often misremember, but I don't think it does.
Yeah.
But then again, it may do.
I've camped at Cheddar. It's good there.
Oh, it's nice, yeah. Paper making and cheese and all sorts of stuff.
Cider.
Cider, oh yeah.
All the farmers brewing their own cider.
Yeah. And some of it is really good though. And there's a thing with cider.
Me and my three mates.
It's a funny thing that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, me and my three mates, we were camping at Cheddar, and all of a sudden, this farmer went past the other side of the wall and said, "Do you guys fancy a bit of cider?" I says, "I go on, why not?" So we followed him in the car down to his and he was a pig farmer. And one of his barns, I say shed, it was massive, had cider presses and barrels and all sorts in it, and vats. And he used to do his own cider, and it was brilliant. And we had
There's a funny thing with scrumpy. If the scrumpy tastes very kind of watery, it's usually because it's very strong.
Yeah.
It's easy to get it wrong with that cider, and also it tends to make your legs pissed before anything else, which is another strange thing about cider.
I always like some good cider.
But getting pissed on it is tricky if you've not done it before. It's not the same as regular alcohol.
A cider liqueur with oranges as well. That was gorgeous.
That was gorgeous.
And we bought some off him, and then he invited us back the next night to come to his daughter's birthday party there. So we went back and got legless then and all.
Oh. Was he trying? How old was the daughter that had the birthday party?
Well, we were in our early 20s. I think his daughter was in her 30s.
Oh, so was he trying to get her married off and out of the house?
Oh no, she was
Oh,
already
right.
married.
Oh, okay.
You might have been
Come
trying
back
to
for my
trick you.
daughter's birthday party.
It was
Yeah.
just a birthday party. She said, you might as well come back and have a few drinks, he said.
You wake up and you're hogtied in a shed. He wants to know why his daughter's pregnant or something.
Daughter comes in, you just see her silhouetted in the doorway. You wake up, everything's dark, and just a little light in the doorway, and there she is.
She's got a beard and everything. Oh! It's like one of those horrors, yeah. And she limps in, dragging her foot behind her. Is that the one? Yes. There's
All
Scott as well.
right, let him go. But Daddy, I likes him.
I love him.
That's almost a good that's almost a good copy of an accent round there and all. Yeah, Somerset is our version of your whatever.
Oh, yeah, I suppose the southern states.
Where the hillbillies
Yeah.
might live.
Yeah.
Why not?
Tread
Yeah.
carefully. Tread carefully. I'm only like a generation
Yeah,
removed from hillbillies and rednecks.
that's where Don lives.
Yeah.
I got hillbillies on my mom's side and rednecks on my dad's. So
Yeah, stuck in the middle.
Oh, one of the lads that was with us, Keith, his family is from oh God, the name was in my head a second ago and it's gone now. It's somewhere around there and it begins with DH.
I just read the chat. Don is threatening to show more pictures of his hammock. I hope that's not a euphemism. But yeah, let's have a look at the if you got the hammock that you were using to tie between those two trees, that would be cool. I've never used a hammock. I've tried one out, but I've never used one.
I've got a hammock that's on a stand, folds up. But you're on about a hammock tent, aren't you, Don?
yes, I think that's what it would be called. Basically,
you have to have a. Have to be
the one with the bug
beneath,
net, you have to crawl in from below and get in, and but the other one does not. And let me find a piece of paper here. The ones I use are not like what you normally think of a hammock. Normally, you think of a hammock as being this way. It's held by 2 points, and you're just kind of have a sag to it. The hammock that I use is an asymmetrical, which means that it's not square, and it hangs from,
like a triangle.
So it hangs from this point and this point. Now, if you look, you hang from this point to this point. You see that you still have the curve, but if you're looking straight on me, see how that's flat? That's the direction you lay. You can almost lay on your stomach in these hammocks because you're laying this way in the hammock. And so you don't have that curve that you're trying to fight against. You're laying flat.
You lay in it like a sausage in a slice of bread.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And so since even though it's curled and you have that curve one direction, you're laying diagonal to that hang. And so you can lay almost flat. I usually sleep on my side though.
Is it trapezoidal?
Asymmetric is what it's called. But
yeah, I like the idea of that. A lot of the time as well, it's combined with a bivvy, so it keeps you dry and warm from underneath.
Oh yeah, let me look and see if I've got a picture of everything set up because Mark's
definitely seen those triangle ones. There's triangle hammocks that have 3 points.
Yeah.
And they're quite flat, aren't they, Mark? Even though they obviously do bow slightly in the middle, they are reasonably flat.
See if I've got a picture of my hammock set up. I might not.
Also, what people do when they use a lot of gear is that they have I kind of tend to I forget what it's called, but they do. I think it's called a Hudson Bay start, where they decide to camp a mile away from where they are, or something like that, and then they set up all their gear. And if they've forgotten something, something's not right, they're in a position to then go back home and collect something else, or put something back, or whatever, and they can fine tune their setup, and then they go and camp for real wherever they go. But they used to do it for real when they transported things on the trails around Hudson Bay, hence the name Hudson Bay Head Start.
Mm.
It's got some interesting historical.
Well, that's a good idea. That way,
Yeah.
Here
like
you go,
said,
Don.
you're not missing
Let me
anything.
show this. I've been looking for these. I took the kids out in 2008, and we set up this little camp right here on the beach.
Yeah.
And I brought a pack of hot dogs and some water, and we ate the hot dogs the first night. And they said, "Well, where's the rest of the food?" I said, "It's out there." That was it in the morning. That's how we were out there on the
Won't
beach.
catch it.
You know,
Oh, that's cool.
And you probably never got the sand out of that tent.
oh, I'm telling you, that's what we were catching
Ooh,
speckled
yeah.
trout. You know,
Oh,
that
nice.
shows you how young they were. Then I had some aborigines we found on the beach, but walked around at night and they were getting
Beautiful.
a kick out of the fact that they were chasing all the fiddler crabs at night, and that was them at night, But we spent 3 days on the beach like that and ate out of the water. That's all we ate.
Nice.
Nice. And
They
what a
were
beautiful
so
thing to
glad
eat
to
as
come
well.
back. They
Was that
appreciated
sea
life
trout?
a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Was that sea trout,
Yeah,
Joe?
it was a fun, and that sand. I tell you what, you were right. We beat that thing to death getting sand out, and I guarantee there's still sand in there.
Yeah. My parents had a pop-up trailer that we had when we were kids, and they took it down when we went to Mexico on a trip. And so we went down to Corpus Christi, and they parked on the beach, and we camped on the beach at Corpus Christi and took a day trip down into Mexico and then back up. And yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah,
But yeah,
theory.
they parked it back here in Missouri, and we had Corpus Christi stands stuck in that trailer every winter. We'd close it up and open it up in the spring. You'd find sand.
I know. It's saying it multiplies. But we'd go out there fishing, and I told them, I said, "You got real bad riptides right at Grand Isle, Louisiana. That's where it's at." I said, "You got real bad riptides, and they could all swim." I said, "If you start feeling that water pulling you, let it take you, and you'll eventually swim out of it. Just swim back. Don't panic. You can't, or holler at me and I'll come with you, And Justin got caught in it a couple of times, and
Yeah,
he
if
said,
you can see where you're at, swim parallel to the beach.
He's just floated with it, and then all of a sudden he's out of it, But Brittany got the biggest kick is we were out, and she was in water up to about her armpits, and all of a sudden she turned around and she said, "What was that?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Something kind of went over the top of the water by me." And I said, "I didn't see it." I said, "What did it look like?" She goes, "It was dark color. It was like black." And I saw it just kind of roll over the top of the water. And I said, "Well, if it was black, it's not a shark, so that's a good thing." I said, "So it might be a porpoise like that." And she said, "What's a porpoise?" I said, "A dolphin." She goes, "Do they bite?" I said, "It depends on what you got in your hand." Like that. So she was sitting there, and all of a sudden, it was about 4 feet from her. Big old porpoise, twice her size, just rolled over the top of the water. But they'll come up to you out there, brush it and everything else. But if you got fish or shrimp in your hand, don't reach out. Because they don't know the difference between your hand and that shrimp. But they had a blast. We were catching speckled trout and eating speckled trout. And what we do is we say, "Okay,
I went back and looked at that.
Let's go catch some fish." We'd catch the fish and we'd eat it. And they said, "Well, let's go catch some more fish." I said, "No, wait till later till you're hungry." I said, "No way." We had ice to keep them in. You know, we kept a couple of extra just in case. But you could go out there all hours of the day and catch speckled trout. You know, it was no problem. So we ate fish for 3 days. On the way home, they said, "Can we
It's
stop
really
at
good for you
McDonald's?"
as well.
Yeah. Oh, the best food you'll ever have is the food the first food you have when coming off the trail.
Uh-huh.
It don't matter if it's McDonald's or just a hot dog from a
Oh yeah.
gas station.
Yeah,
That's the
those
best
McDonald's
food.
tasted real good when we got home.
It's the right food at the right time.
Yeah. Any food at the right time.
But I
Yeah.
had a
In fact,
little,
I
had a
was
little
surprised that
propane.
porridge was like that.
Yeah, I had a little propane
I remember.
stove, so
Sorry.
I had all of that going. We were good. We actually left the morning of the day we were going to stay till about 4. We left that morning because storms were starting to come in and there were water spouts all over the Gulf. So I looked at them and said, "It's time to go."
Yep.
So what was the dark looking creature thing? What did it end up being?
It was a porpoise.
Porpoise.
Was it?
The good thing
Yeah,
TJ
all
checked
of them.
out. TJ's
The
not
good thing
listening.
the good thing about having porpoise and dolphins around is they'll keep the sharks away.
I know, that's what I was telling. As long as they're swimming right in this little cove with us, we don't have a shark to worry about. But what freaked out the most was she was walking and she stepped on a crab, and the crab it was in the water, and she could see it was a crab, and it took off on her, and she like lost it. I said, well, the key is you don't walk and pick up your feet when you're out there. You shuffle your feet. You let your feet slide on the bottom, because if you have stingrays or anything on, and I just told them, so you got a stingray or anything on the bottom, if you shuffle it, you'll touch them and they'll take off.
Yeah.
You step on them and you got a better chance of getting stuck.
We're a decent pair of what do they call them, shoes? Like
Well, we had tennis shoes on, just basically tennis. Back then they didn't have the shoes that you could. Actually, they did. We had the ones that were for water. They were water like tennis shoes for water. We did have those. Because they used those things so much those 3 days, we wound up throwing them away because we couldn't get the smell out of them.
Hey,
They're
Joe,
quite cheap anyway, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
I got an appointment I got to go to. You guys want to carry on? I'll let you carry on, or what do you think?
It's up to y'all.
I mean, it is going on. It's going on 11. So
If y'all want to call it now, we'll
Well,
come back
Joe is the
later.
captain.
Yeah, we'll be back later today.
Yeah. Yeah, because I got a couple
4
things I
hours,
got to
yeah.
take care of today.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks
And I
for
gotta
being here.
sell
We'll
this
see all
dog
of
that's
you again
barking.
later at 5 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm going to sell
y'all
you.
have a good
Thanks
day.
for having us, Paul.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.
Bye-bye. 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 Thanks for being here.